Hey everyone, so it's Scathelocke44, and bringing you a slightly different video from my normals, but hey, what the hell. So we're going to be reviewing and talking about the Scathelocke. Now, basically what I did is I returned back to Destiny, wanted to kind of pretty much like get a chance at winning the gun, because it's only just come out. And what I did is I did it the most unconventional way. I have played a little bit as well, just when I've had the chance, and I decided to just waste all of my legendary shards, which I didn't have that many, to try and actually get a Scathelocke from the cruicible, which eventually worked. It took a while, wasted a lot of shards, and it wasn't the best roll. Now, I will say that, unfortunately, that was the only downside with this. It had surplus, and it had that sympathetic arsenal, which is the reloading steel weapons. Not so great for me as a hunter, because I have the sort of like the dragon shadow, I think it is, so naturally not so great, but however, not a bad roll, I guess, compared to maybe some others, I suppose. But anyway, I wanted to still nevertheless give it a try, and yeah, I mean, this is the first one that I've got as a reroll, so it's quite exciting in that regard. Hopefully I'm going to win some better ones, obviously, over time when I do get a chance to play and things, but I wanted to kind of do a video about it, because I don't really do many Destiny videos as such. Game has been hit and miss, being truthful, with a lot of problems that it's had, but that's for another video if I bother to make it. So needless to say, let's talk about the Scathelocke. So the Scathelocke, a year one weapon, holds dearly to my heart. It was one of the guns that I used from year one. I loved it. It had under pressure, it had high cal rounds if I remember, but it didn't have any other perks, because obviously that wasn't the thing at the time, and it was a really, really good auto at 600 RPM. Now obviously with random rolls, this kind of makes it more exciting. Now it does look like an AK-47, and I always had the color selected shader on there, which is what I'm trying to find at the moment. I always thought it just looked nice with the sort of the gold and the black design. It looked pretty much to me the best. Now there are some other rolls which I'll talk about just while I'm doing that. As you can see, a beautiful looking gun there. Now, there's some new perks that it can get. Tunnel vision was an interesting one as well. So, reloading after defeating a target greatly increases target acquisition aim down sight speed for a short duration. Pretty nice. It doesn't fall into the same category as multi-kill clip, so that can also come with multi-kill clip as well. And then you've got surplus, which is actually the one I had. It doesn't come with high cal rounds, which was a bit disappointing, but it has acquized and then extended mags and all those things. And then it's got all the barrels, which I probably would say like arrowhead break would be a really good one, because again, just something to naturally do. Now I am going to be taking the Scathelocke into a match. Don't worry, I'm just deleting a few things just to clear up my inventory, try and get rid of a few items that perhaps I'm never going to particularly use, and all those things. But there is a created role. Now I'm not sure how to get this one. I assume it's just a random drop, but maybe someone will know more than that, which has high cal rounds, arrowhead break, which is insane. Another new perk which is actually really good, called heating up, or at least new to me. I haven't seen this one before. Final blows with this weapon increase accuracy and stability whilst improving vertical recoil. Nice. And multi-kill clip as well. Now the created version sounds absolutely beastly, and I would really, really love to get that, but hey, I'm just glad to have got one, because as I said, the Scathelocke is a gun that I used a lot in year one. It was good, but it got outshone after a certain point by guns like Uriel's Gift and various other guns eventually, and then eventually auto rifles kind of got phased out for a while. They are back a little bit in the meta. However, I will say that there are so many other guns, so many ways to be insta-killed. The time to kill isn't maybe amazing on this gun in comparison to one-shot kills, I guess. However, if you're a nostalgic person, you like auto rifles, this is one to definitely try and get. Now, it is a world drop, so basically, unless you do the cryptarch thing like I did, and you have loads of shards to burn, which is a quick way of maybe getting a chance to kind of do it, maybe you just hadn't thought of that one, but otherwise, it's a world drop, so it pretty much just drops from public events, doing Crucible, Gambit, prime enneagrams, all that good stuff, clan enneagrams, I suppose. So if you're in a clan that's doing the weeklies, then of course there's always a way of doing that as well. So just little things to kind of look at and stuff. And again, it's only been out for I think a day and a half, so I realized that when I looked on YouTube, actually I'm one of the only people, if the only person at the moment, to actually doing a review on it. Now maybe just because not many people have been lucky enough to win one, or maybe they just haven't won a good enough one to bother reviewing, but I wanted to review this role. So don't get me wrong, the sympathetic arsenal isn't the greatest perk for me personally, but it would be good for other types of players. So again, it probably comes into type. The surplus I have that on my Hailing Confusion as well, which is the pulse I use, and it's pretty good. I don't know how much difference it makes in terms of the stats. They don't really give you these hidden stats, but you did notice a bit of a difference. Although it is hard as a hunter not to dodge, reload. That's kind of tends to be how I reload my gun pretty much after every kill. But however, one of those things. Now, you'll have to excuse me being a little rusty at the game, although I have had a few games today. Naturally, I haven't played Destiny for a little bit, so the kind of reason I came back is purely because I wanted to test and find out this gun. I was quite excited, and that's quite rare in this case, because, as I say, Destiny is a game that's had its highs and lows, and things like that. Now, as you can sort of see, get a nice kill, first kill down, and then get an assist as well, which is always a good thing. But the gun, as regards to even the roles I've got, is pretty damn good. It feels nice, it feels slick. Jotun is always not a good alternative. Again, the toaster is always a nice one, but as you can sort of see, lovely. Get some assists. But the actual sort of like gun itself, the recoil, the sort of feel of the gun, it feels really, really nice. And I will say that, as regards to sort of like the Scathelocke, it's definitely a weapon that, has needed to come back. It's needed random rolls to make it better, and it's needed good rolls. I think that was probably the most important thing, is it needed some good rolls. And yeah, I mean, okay, don't try and shoot from too far away because you'll get melted by better guns. All things I've forgotten about pretty much, but quickly came back to me. But, in regards to sort of like damage, the time to kill isn't the most amazing in comparison to other guns, like I said. And you always get shot in the back as well by someone else, so just bear that in mind, But realistically, the actual gun feels great. It's definitely one of the best guns that's come out in regards to sort of random rolls. It's so nice. It's a fan favourite. I think this is a gun that's close to a lot of people's heart. I have seen a lot of comments on various older YouTube videos. I saw one from I think it was Destiny Fun Police the other night that pretty much sort of like was doing a slightly newer one about it coming because he'd had a lot of comments coming on or being on like one of his older videos. So in regards to that. Yeah, don't ask about the grenade. I completely forgot that lightning grenades stick to walls and blow you up. A little bit rusty in that regard. But like he'd sort of said about how popular the gun seemed to be, and yeah, I mean is it worth it? Is it a gun that you're going to enjoy using? The answer, quite simply, is yes. Yeah, I think you can safely say that yeah, the gun is going to feel good. It's going to feel nice. And you're going to be very, very happy to have one if you are a auto rifle enthusiast. Now, like anything, I would say that obviously hope your luck is a little bit better in regards to the rolls. If you do get one with multi-kill clip and then a couple of the newer ones, I think the most exciting one is either heating up or tunnel vision to me. I mean, surplus is pretty good. But I would say that those two seem interesting because, you got to reload anyway after you defeat a target. That comes without saying. And then it greatly increases target acquisition and aim down sight speed, or kind of like stability and things like that. So it does sound quite interesting in that way, and especially if you've got multi-kill clip as well, you're just going to be absolutely destroying people, which seems pretty damn good. Now, do I think it will be the best auto rifle in the game? Questionable. I mean, if you get the created or a really, really extremely good roll, it definitely could be easily top 5, I would reckon. But, again, as I said, it's one of those opinions where it can vary. I do think that this is an amazing auto rifle. I'm so glad it actually came back. Because, as I said, I mean, like, for Destiny, for me, pretty much I had not played for a long time. I think the last time I played was last year. Purely, I guess, just like anything with this game, I find that, like, the highs and the lows... Stasis really ruined everything, which, I mean, it's been nerfed about 20 billion times now, so maybe it's a little bit better. It seems to be, like, no matchmaking anymore, so you're just constantly going against hardcore players that are probably the only people still playing the game. It's not so much casual anymore, I guess. And, little things like that are a bit of a nightmare, but the actual, sort of like, I suppose the Return of the Scathelocke, I just had to check it out. Now, I'm lucky enough to get one. I mean, it's not the best roll, as I said, but you've sort of seen in the background with the footage, it has definitely sort of like caused some problems. It's got me some kills, and Jotun does as well. Now I like this one because Jotun, again, I mean, I know it's just a good combo. Takes down 2 people, lovely. And, you know, I mean, if you can't beat them, you might as well join them, eh? Because, you know, it doesn't really take a lot of skill to fly a Jotun, but what the hell. The Scathelocke, overall, though, I would give my roll probably between a 6 and a 7 out of 10, but you can sort of see there. I mean, and this is something that I will mention as well. Now, this might surprise you with the footage and the way I'm doing in this game. I played some other games, and they were absolutely dreadful. I can't even begin to tell you how bad they were. And, you know, me and this guy traded with the donkeys before, and you can see that we actually traded with no one else firing at each other, so it wasn't team shot or anything like that. So the kill time is about the same as the donkeys before, if that helps in regards to that. But the games before this one had been absolutely dreadful. I can't even begin to tell you how close I was to deleting the game, and that is no lie whatsoever. But, you know, I sort of like thought that I would kind of pretty much like try and get a Scathelocke. I actually was lucky enough to get one, and then I had my best game that I had. Now, this might be just luck, and maybe just the first game, the game felt sorry for me, matchmaking was kinder, and I got actually pitted up against not such a great team, and with some actually competent teammates. Maybe that is the case. But then again, you know, also as well for me, I definitely did a lot better, because I really had struggled in the past to get some kills. And I'm not even joking. I mean, honestly, you know, this is the kind of thing that happens to me, but that happens to me like about 25 times before being hit by about 18 supers, and that is not even an exaggeration. That has literally happened a lot as well. So, you know, things like that. You know, this one is a great example as well. I believe, if I remember, this guy comes around the corner with his super, which you gotta love, because, you know, obviously, yep, just hit him with a tether. I just love doing that. You know, get him out, get him done. But in regards to the Scathelocke, it's got a good range, it's got a good stability, it's a nice looking gun, and it fires and it feels just great. The sound on it is nice as well, the audio. Personally, I'm a big fan. I really do like the Scathelocke. The reload speed is debatable, depending probably on, of course, you know, just the overall part. Unfortunately got killed by him. I should have probably dodge reloaded. That was probably a mistake. But as you can sort of see there, I'm consistently around the sort of third top, which is not bad. Like I say, honestly, really much better game. Was it my best game I've ever had in the past? No. But I will say that in comparison, of course, to my previous games where I'd been struggling to get just a few kills, and that is not even an exaggeration, I really had managed to do pretty much better. Although consistently getting shot in the back and hit by supers, that didn't seem to really change. But as I say, gun overall, I would give definitely a chance. If you can win one, I would say it's well worth giving it a try in the Crucible or in PvE, because I know there are lots of you who love PvE. I do quite like Gambit sometimes. I know that's not the most popular mode. I think it's quite good, actually, to be honest. Like, if you go on and just chill, don't really care about the results. Unless you're very competitive, then you might want to struggle with that one. But as you can sort of see, I mean, my gun has got 50 bullets in the mag. I take down 2 people. Very nice. Unfortunately, I think I get killed by somebody else who was sneaking behind. Yep, there you go. Got killed, and there were 2 of them. So, unfortunately, you can't see behind you, which is always the shame. But, you know, I'm gonna wrap it up in regards to the video. I mean, this is definitely a really good gun. Give it a good 6 to 7 out of 10. Just one of those things. But I hope you enjoyed it and found the review helpful. So get one, win one, find one somewhere would be a really good idea, and I no doubt you would not regret that. But as I say, if you want to like the video, really would be great. If you want to subscribe, I do normally do various content. I might do a bit of Destiny 2, I do Rocket League, sometimes a bit of Apex Legends and some Tekken. So if you enjoy that, then drop us a like. But otherwise, that is it from me. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.